Hey everyone, welcome to the best show in town, and I'm back again with another episode of this podcast. Well, I have recently watched news. Just recently, a couple of minutes back, I watched this news where this reporter was out in the streets and he was talking about how the flag, our national flag, the Indian national flag, was put up in a garbage car, in a car which was collecting garbage from the streets of Guwahati, and a flag was actually stuck to one of the poles out there of the push carts. And he got there and he started a tirade of questions with the poor person who was actually pushing the cart. And he was saying all kinds of things. Now my question is, of course we all respect our flag very much. That's absolutely inside our hearts. Nobody has to tell us that we have to unfurl the flag or we have to put up the flag somewhere just to show our love towards our country. We just love our country anyway. It's something which we have grown up with. Now, my question is that when you go reporting, this is more about reporting and empathy than any other thing. I'm not getting into the political thing of this whole Tiranga, Har Ghar Tiranga kind of thing. I'm not getting into that. But I'm trying to tell you that when you are explaining something, what this reporter was doing was, he was getting very vicious and he was getting very angry with a poor person who is actually a garbage picker. He actually cleans up the garbage. He probably works with the municipal corporation, and he's a poor person. And he probably does not know that he's made a mistake. Now, there are people who have put up flags, in their cars, in their BMWs, in their different fancy cars that they drive. So why can't this poor person who is pushing a cart with garbage, why can't he put a flag there? He wants to do that too. We are in an independent country. We are in a free country where he has the freedom to put up a flag. Maybe he doesn't even own a house. So when the Prime Minister says, Har Ghar Tiranga, it also means that the flag is in the heart of every person, and every person wants to do what everyone else is doing. So if a poor person sees that everyone else is putting up a flag, unfurling the flag on the 15th of August, and even before that, because we had this whole process, this whole event before the 15th, from the 13th, it started from the 13th. So if everybody else is doing it, so why can't he? And what was the duty of the reporter of this portal, of this e-portal, was, if I was there, I would have explained to the poor person, because he looked like somebody who did not have enough education. He looked like somebody who did not go to school. So he wouldn't be working as a garbage picker. If he had gone to school, he would have probably been working somewhere. So it is our duty to be empathetic towards people. It's our duty to be lovingly make them understand if they haven't understood the situation. You cannot go on and on and on harassing a poor person because he's put up a flag in a garbage push cart. That would seem so incorrect. That would seem so cruel, because look people, what is happening to the world right now? We are dimming the beauty of this world. The world is known, this planet is known for loving. This planet loves a lot of love. It loves a lot of empathy and sympathy, and it loves a lot of warmth, and it loves brotherhood and fraternity. It loves people holding hands. It loves hugging each other. It loves doing all those things that's going to bring us closer to each other. I would have preferred if this reporter would have really explained to this poor person of the importance of the flag, of the importance of the tricolor, of the importance of the flag of this country, the man would have understood better, and at the same time, this entire event would have been a very beautiful memory in his mind, instead of him going back home with a feeling of insecurity. Because I heard this reporter, what he did was that he even threatened him. He said that we are just a couple of meters away from the DGP's office, that's the Director General of Police. And so what does he mean by that? That he would probably take that man to the police and tell him that this is his fault, and the poor person probably would lose his job. This is what has happened in another state of my country, and I had appealed to the person who had taken away his job not to do that, because probably he would have to look after a family. He has children going to school. There are so many factors. When you take away a job of a person, that person has to live without food for a couple of days. Can we think about all those things? Can we just put our minds there into the minds of other people who don't have enough, who are not blessed with a home, who are not blessed with all the things that we have. We have food on our table, we have clothes, we have so many clothes to wear that we are spoiled for choice. We just have to open our almirahs, or we have to open our boxes, or we have to open our cupboards, and there's clothes spilling out. Imagine people who don't have clothes. They have the same shirt, the same pair of trousers to wear, they have the same sari or the same mekhela sador to wear, and then maybe they have to think about each and every meal. Here we are, we can afford to have 4 meals a day. We can afford to have 4 meals a day. Why can't we even think of people when we think of them? Why can't we think of them with empathy? That maybe this person is having a hard time. Imagine this is August and it's so hot out there. So that poor person was cleaning up garbage. Would you be able to do that yourself? I don't think you can stand out in the sun and clean up all the garbage of the streets, and he's doing it for us. Can we be a little thankful? Can we be a little empathetic and loving towards these people and explain to them if they have made a mistake? They probably are not even thinking of their mistakes. They're probably thinking that if the whole of India is celebrating Independence Day, so why not me? So why can't we just be loving towards this person? Why can't we just be very empathetic? That is how we can make our country a much more loving, a much more empathetic and sympathetic country, and we will stand out. Because this is one question which I had on Twitter today, is how do we want our country to be remembered in the world arena? I want my country to be remembered as a country which is very loving, which is very tender, which is empathetic. This is what I want my country to be remembered at, not as a country with people who hate each other, who divide each other, who are constantly fighting against each other for a particular religion. Let our religion be love. Let our religion be humanity. Let our religion be empathy. These are such beautiful words. Why can't we make them our mantra? It's so important that we give a name to our country. And that name should be that we come across as a loving nation. We come across as a beautiful, loving nation who cares about every human on this earth. That is what I want for my country to do. I want my country to stand out. I want my country to stand out and become a northern star, the guiding star for every other country, so that we can leave a better world for the next generation to come. That's my dream. And on that note, I'm going to say bye to all of you. I've been a little sentimental about what I saw just now about this man reprimanding the poor young fellow. So I just thought I'd just put in my thoughts into my podcast. I would expect you to please subscribe to my channel, and also to given your comments, because your comments are very, very important. No matter where you hear it, I'm going to be available across all the platforms. So wherever you get to hear me, please put in your comments. It makes me work a lot. Thank you, and I love all of you so much. I'm sending you virtual hugs, and all of you be good and spread that love.